Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Skyman TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. African despots have started diarrheaing. African despots have shrinked. African despots have nowhere to hide. African despots are having sleepless nights. Paul Biya, the president of Cameroon, who has ruled the country for 41 years, today reshuffled the military. You can imagine 41 years. How many of you in this channel were born 41 years ago? You can imagine one president. A whole generation does not know another president. And Kenyans on Twitter were actually asking many questions. Paul Kagame, the president of Rwanda, retired some of his military generals. A number of them, a huge number of the military generals. Ladies and gentlemen, when you look at these two leaders, they have one thing in common. They have ruled their countries for many years. Unapowatazama vizuri, hawa ni watu ambao wameongoza nchi zao kwa muda ambao umezidi. Hii ni miongo mingi jameni. And I think Kagame has been the president of Rwanda since, is it 1994? Yes, I think since 1994. Na hii ni miaka mingi jameni kuwa na rais ambaye mtu mmoja tu ambaye anaongoza nchi. So there are many leaders, there are many African leaders who are panicking. Kuna wengi viongozi, marais wengi wa Kiafrika, hususan the francophone countries, those especially in West Africa, are actually on a panic mode. And I want us to look at the reason why these presidents are panicking. I want us to look at the reason why these people are diarrheaing. I want us to look at the reason why hawa watu wameshindwa hata kulala, hata kutembea. Wengine wanaenda wakitazama kila mahali kama watu ambao wamerukwa na vichwa kutokana na yale ambayo yanaendelea kule. So if you are joining this channel for the first time, this is Skyman TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. Here we analyze politics. Ladies and gentlemen, like this video at this juncture. And for those of you who have never subscribed, kindly subscribe to this amazing channel. The first reason why they have panicked, why they are diarrheaing, is because of what happened to Sudan, what happened to Burkina Faso, what happened to Chad, what happened to Niger, what happened to Mali, what happened to Gabon, what happened to Benin. Many countries, I think there are more than 8, those countries that I've mentioned. Coup d'etats are becoming very fashionable. Coup d'etats is now the order of the day. Coup d'etat is something that is happening especially in West African countries. Na hii ni ile ya ukiona mwenzako akinyolewa kipake chako maji kwa sababu yeye ndiye ambaye utafuata. Kwa sababu ya yale ambayo yametokea katika nchi ambazo tumezitaja hapa, basi ndio sasa unaona kina Paul Biya na Paul Kagame. Surprisingly, they are both Pauls. Just a coincidence. That's why they are reshuffling their cabinet. They know their military generals. Others retiring them. That is the fact of the matter. The second reason why African despots are panicking is because they have realized that the citizens are supporting these coups. Citizens are supporting the coup. That is the fact of the matter. When I saw the people of Gabon celebrating, I asked myself many questions. And it tells you that people are waiting for this coup. That is the truth of the matter. And when the citizens start supporting coup, ladies and gentlemen, the leaders should be very much worried. When people start supporting change of regime through the military, then it tells you that people were very tired of you. Today, I heard Wafula Chebukati saying that the military coups are actually interfering with the gains that have been made through democratic gains. And also, you also said that when you look at these countries, most of them did not involve independent observers, because the independent observers tend to validate the results of the elections. So even Wafula Chebukati talking, panicking, tells a story about him. Because, you see, when dry bones are mentioned, an old woman will not always become uneasy. That is the fact of the matter. So now that the dry bones have been mentioned, that is why you see Wafula Chebukati coming out from his cocoon and now trying to defend the Kenyan elections. Remember, Kenya has not been mentioned anywhere. So kwa nini anajitokeza? Ama ni yale ya mwenye mavi hujishuku. Sijui wewe waonaje? Because this tells something about the guilty being afraid. The other reason why the African despots are panicking is because of the intelligence, from the military intelligence. They have information kwamba haya yanaweza kutokea katika nchi zao, kwamba hawezi wakaamka wakasema kwamba watastafisha majenerali. Hawezi wakaamka ati siku moja mmeamka unasema because this military general, especially Kagame's country, Rwanda, there are so many who are retired. And even the reshuffle that happened in Cameroon, there are so many, by the way. They were moved from here, and some are not even moved horizontally. Some are moved vertically. So this one tells you that the military intelligence in these countries and in African countries are telling their president, who are the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, that bwana hapa unafaa kuchunga sana, kwa sababu hatujui kile ambacho kinaweza kikatokea. Again, they are doing this, they are panicking because they know that they have overstayed in power. How does a president, because wengine wanakuwa wagonjwa, kiongozi, rais anapelekwa katika hospitali, ni mgonjwa, hawezi akaachilia kile kiti, mwingine anawekwa oxygen kama samaki, na hawezi kuachilia. This is very bad if you ask me. You cannot have, hawezi ikawa ati wewe ndiye ambaye umekuwa katika uongozi kwa miaka hii yote. It can't happen like this. 40 years, 41 years is too long. And that is why it happened in Zimbabwe, kwa sababu Mugabe had been the president of the Zimbabwe since 1980. Imagine. So when a president overstays in power, when a president exceeds his power or his term limit, then expect citizens to react. Expect reactions, because in physics we say action and reaction are equal and opposite. So you overstay in power and people react. And one of the people that are likely to react are the military generals. And by the way, it is also important to note that most of these coups are not actually even led by the senior most. You find it is just somebody in the military who is charismatic and able to convince the others that now they can move from the barracks and seize power. The other reason why they are panicking is because, you see, leadership has been concentrated in some families for so long. Unapata ni familia fulani tu ambazo zinaongoza. Huyu anaenda analeta mtu wao. Huyu anaenda analeta mtu wao. Like it happened in Gabon. I think this was the father who had ruled the country for so many years and then give it to the son. This is inheritance. We cannot have this kind of leadership where we have a constitution. So, even people who are related, you cannot have people who are related like now. Kwa mfano, huyu alikuwa the minister for local government, and now sasa you are the prime minister. Huyu alikuwa sijui nini, na unakuwa kuwa president of the same country. Your wife also want to become the president, and you are also the president. This one cannot happen. I think it's high time that the African president let others lead also, because you cannot be annoyed all. Kwa kile ambacho kinajitokeza hapa ni kwamba hawa watu wana wasiwasi kwa sababu ya kiaila, kifamilia. Kwa sababu wengi ukiangalia utaona kwamba ni mambo ambao wale wengi ambao wamekaa sana katika uongozi, you realize ni watu wa familia moja. And in fact, if you remember very well, Mugabe wanted to leave power to his wife. Imagine. This is contempt of the highest order. Again, there is also one issue that I want you, ladies and gentlemen, to realize, that most of these coup d'etat are related to elections. So if a president knows that he came to power through rigging, he has all the reason to be afraid. But if the president knows that he won the elections through democratic means. He won squarely and fairly. There's nothing to fear. And that is why we want to support that idea of the dialogue, national dialogue, agreeing to have auditing of the servers. Because this one is going to solve that problem of legitimacy once and for all. I don't know what you think, ladies and gentlemen. And as usual, let us interact with the comment section. Like this video, comment, subscribe, support in the best way you know how. Have a blessed evening. Bye-bye.